I wanted to put this in at the start of my video that you will see. Sunny helps me do the folding of the or getting the washing out of the dryer. She's also been sitting on top of the dishwasher while I get the dishes out and put them away. Sunny rarely leaves my side now. She likes to follow me wherever I happen to be going in the house. She can be a little bit unsure about new surroundings, but once she sort of relaxes a bit, she'll just, okay, Mum's here, it must be all good. And yeah, right now, hanging out in the dryer while I fold washing. Another new companion to have with me while I go about my daily chores. Hi everyone. Well, I know it's only been really a couple of days as such since I decided to use some hemp bedding with my snakes, and as you can see, this is Lily's enclosure. And what I decided to do was go and get some cypress mulch, which, you know, I went through the process as one should and baked it basically, and I did sift it to get the dust out, to get the dust out of it. The cypress, not the actual hemp bedding. The hemp bedding was fine, but the cypress to me just had a little bit more dust in it. Now, of course, you know that Lily spends most of her life laying up there in a hammock anyway, but she will come down later on today and of course be on this bedding as such. And so I'll show you basically the mix. It's almost like I did a half and half, and little Leo is getting more and more friendly and more curious about what are you doing, and yeah, he's going really great. But basically I did do a half and half mix. It was sort of brought to my attention, and I'd already decided I was going to put cypress in, that the hemp was very anemic and bland looking, and snakes do have colour, they can see, so I've kind of made it a little bit more earthy looking by putting the cypress in with it, and I think it looks great actually. Now, smell, we all know that cypress does have a smell, a very nice smell actually to it. So yeah, there were, you know, the bigger, I'm sorry if I'm out of focus here, the bigger pieces, you know, chunks when it comes to the cypress itself, which is also fine. I mean, you get the bigger chunks when it comes to repti bark as well. Now, you know, in terms of worrying about my snakes swallowing any of this, you know, I watch my snakes, and if your feeders are very dry, then they're not going to pick up a lot of the substrate anyway. Lily, you know, got a bigger hide box, so she hasn't, oh actually, sorry, she was in there yesterday morning before I let her out, though she was in there, but she had her head out on top waiting for me to open the door. So that is a 50-50 mix. Now the hemp bedding does have more of that kind of hay smell to it, and in actual fact my daughter has put me through misery about it, saying she can't handle the smell of it, but personally I like it because it does have that, I don't know, that, sorry, I've just got a continual ringing of my phone this morning for some reason, but I don't mind the smell. I have found it to be okay, and I kind of look at her perplexed actually and think to myself, my goodness, she would be no good going and living out in the forest somewhere and smelling all those natural smells out there at all. Now, Ishi, I haven't blended it because I'd already put the hemp in there. I will, I can get my hands in there and mix it up. But, you know, she's been down, and as you can see, she's in her hide. I have to make her a sphagnum moss box for her as well, because, as you know, Car has been loving his, and also I ended up putting the substrate. I'm going to climb, guys, so hang in there for a second while I get my balance here on this little thing and climb up and make sure I don't fall and soar back and stuff. Does not make it easy while I'm just throwing this camera around. But I have put it into a Parney's enclosure as well, and last night he was having a ball, just crawling all through it, and yeah, he didn't mind it at all. But I did end up putting in a little box for him with sphagnum moss, and as you can see, I hope you can see, if it will focus on, there he is, focus please on little Apani here. Hello, bud. Are you in there enjoying that sphagnum moss, buddy? Hey, is that really good stuff in there? Hey, I think it might be. But yeah, he is also loving having a box with some moisture in. So, yay. You know, I'm glad that he is actually using it. Apani knows it's me and it's not food, you know. Even though he came out thinking, is that something to eat? He's pretty quick to realise it's absolutely nothing to eat. Hey, dude, what are you doing? Hey? He says, leave me alone. I'm really liking this box, and all I do is, just like I've done with cars, I just add a little bit more moisture to it and give it a bit of a stir around when I feel that it's getting dry. But again, you know, I think the guys will be perfectly fine on it. I have done Jesse's, though he is in the dark. I will spin this around, and yes, Sonny, I do realise that you would want to come out right now, but if you can give Mum a second. Lots of reflections, sorry guys. But yeah, he has also got it in his enclosure, but again, my boy, you know, spends a lot of time up top rather than down on the ground. Now going over to the little car, there he is, and he has come out of it. It took him a couple of days to decide, I'll come out now, but he obviously needed to go to the toilet, and he did that on top of the lid Can't really see him because of, again, glare, and I don't know how to, if I stand in front of the light a bit, but he's contemplating actually going back in there himself right now. So he has got it, and the reason why not all of them have it right now, such as Maya will be getting it, is because I need to cook it up, and my daughter won't let me cook it up in the house, so I have to do it in the barbecue, you can say. Now, Tessa's light is on, but she shed. I'm trying to get this stiff door open for you so you can see my beautiful girl. Now, she is actually lying on top of her moist box there, and seems quite comfortable, but she did shed last night, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm looking all over the enclosure and I'm thinking, where is your shed, sweetie? I can't find it anywhere. And I felt inside the box here, thinking maybe she went into there, but I noticed just up at the back here, this is where her shed is. So she's laying on it, and I'm not going to move her for now. She will move off it eventually, but she's just enjoying laying on top of it. And I put the hole at the side rather than the top for her, and I'm pretty sure she can fit in there. Maybe I need to get a bit bigger box for Tessa, and this can go to one of the other snakes. I think my big snakes all need a bigger moisture box, but I can even take the lid off for her. Once she gets off, I can take that lid off and see if she'll go in it that way. If she does, then what I will do is I'll just give this box to another snake, and I'll make a hole in the top of another one of these for her to maybe use the top rather than going from the side. But I'm pretty sure she can get in from the side, but she's just hanging out on the top. So yes, she also has, you know, the bedding in here, and I mean, she was shedding, so of course she was coming down and moving around and all the rest of it. So, and again, you know, a blend of the cypress and the hemp. Now, I got a 60-litre tub of the cypress for $12, which, yeah, that was a full tub, and I've used only maybe half of it thus far. So, and the same with the hemp. I think I've used a quarter of the bale, or maybe a little bit more than a quarter of the bale. So I'm going to be able to do all the enclosures, of course, because really I only have Maya to go, because I am keeping my little ones. All bar Car, I think I might, even Oscar, I may put the substrate in, and I think they'll do pretty well. So I'll close this door. As you can see, Tessa, you know, once upon a time, you open that door for Tessa and she'd be right on you. Well, right on you, as in, what are you doing, basically. I have put a moss-filled tub over there for Archie. He may possibly use that when he's going into shed, of course, but there he is. You can see just hanging there in the corner. He still has his 2 hide boxes, so he has plenty of room in there and room for his moss tub if he chooses to use it. And Oscar, I have no idea. I think he might be, to be perfectly honest with you, if I get up on the table here, I think he may have decided to go and hide. Maybe? Yes. I can feel him laying and I can't get to him because it's kind of tightened down there. What are you doing? What are you doing down there? Hey? What you doing, Oscar? I found you. I did find you. Were you hiding on me? Hey? You're doing hide and seek today. But anyway, there's Oscar, just chilling out. I'll put him back so he can continue to be Mr. Hide and Seek Man. At the moment, he of course will come out a little bit later, as he does, and he does love going up here and getting up under the heat. Whoops, I don't want to put it on your body, do I? So there you go, guys. He does have a box. I don't know if he's been in it or not. You know, I put it in sort of late last night, but we'll see if he does climb into it. So there's just a bit of an update with the substrate and a little look at all the guys at the moment. Pretty much doing nothing, really, aren't they? Of course, Tessa's a bit tired after her big shed, and yeah, and it's now time to spend some time with my girl Sunny, so you will take care of yourself, your family, your friends, your snakes, and all your animals. Ciao.